So it's back in 2017 and I'm about to start my final exams for high school. So I'm about to start my first exam for my finals and then I'm done. I'm done with high school. I've graduated. My first exam is economics, I think. And I'm doing the IB program, if you know what that is. Anyway, so I'm about to start my first exam of the season. It's around lunchtime and I'm eating lunch. So this morning I had prepared my mind as best as I could so I could do this exam with full focus, full alertness. I got a massive 8 or 9 hours of sleep the night before. I made sure to get some exercise in the morning so I was feeling good, I was feeling fresh. And I made sure not to look at any screens or do any study in the morning. And I made sure to stand up the whole morning because I knew I'd be sitting down for the whole exam. So I was prepared, I prepared the whole morning, but also I've been preparing for this exam for the past 2 years. So I was ready to go. Anyway, so I'm eating lunch with my friends. We're talking about the exam. And I have a regular lunch, pasta, whatever it is, whatever the lunch was. Probably like fried rice or something, because this was in Indonesia. I ate the lunch, and then about 20 minutes after I eat, I start noticing my mind is getting a bit mindless. Starting to feel tired, I just want to nap, keep getting random thoughts, and suddenly my energy that I had before was gone. I was just feeling drowsy and dizzy and brain fog, all from this meal. And I was like, no, not now. I'm about to do my final exam. I can't be feeling like this now. What happened? Was it what I ate? Did the food do something to me? Before this point, I'd never noticed that my food had affected me in any way. I'd just eaten. I just thought that this energy crash that happened in the afternoon after lunch was normal. I thought it was just a normal part of my day. But anyway, I did the exam and, I pushed through. I was like, oh, come on, I got to push through this. I had a massive amount of adrenaline. I was, feeling good. Not feeling good, but I had a massive amount of adrenaline, pumping through me, which was kind of overcoming a little bit my brain fog kind of feeling, but it wasn't ideal. Anyway, I finished the exam, got it over with, and I learned from my mistake. For the rest of the exam period, I never ate before my exam again. And in fact, I learned this lesson for the rest of my life. So for the past couple years, I have not eaten breakfast. I do not eat food in the morning because I started to realize that what you eat significantly affects your ability to focus and do work and study. So what I do now is I just don't eat in the morning and I use that first period in the morning to get as much work done as I can, as much study as I can. So in this video, I'll teach you how to optimize your food, especially in the morning, so that you can output and focus as best as you can. So here's the thing. When you eat, a lot of your body's energy goes away from your brain and goes to digesting. It's called rest and digest. So basically when you're not digesting and your blood glucose is low, your energy and your focus is highest. So in my experience, and from what I've learned from the scientist Andrew Huberman through a lot of his podcasts, is that the period of the day when you're the most focused and the most alert is before you eat. So one thing I do, and he does, to maximize focus is called intermittent fasting. If you've never heard of this, it's where basically you just prolong how long you eat breakfast. So maybe you eat breakfast 4 hours after you wake up, or 3 hours, or 2 hours. And you use that period of fasting to get as much work done as you can. And in my experience, for the most part, that is an insane period of the day. That period before I eat, my mind is just still and super alert. And I get a ton done. I'm talking 3 times more output than I would get after lunch. So I milk that period of the day before my first meal. And also another bonus thing on this is that the effects of caffeine are doubled when you're on an empty stomach. So you get a 2 times power up for caffeine during these morning hours. So here's the biggest difficulty people face when they try to do this, and I faced as well. They're like, oh man, but I feel so hungry though in the morning before I eat. I can't do it. I need to eat my breakfast, otherwise I can't focus because I'm so hungry and I keep thinking about how I want to eat, which affects my ability to focus. Now this is partly true. It does affect your ability to focus because you keep thinking about it and you keep wanting to eat. But here's the thing. Scientifically, humans are designed to be able to operate well when they're hungry. Think about 2 lions. One lion is really hungry and he's gonna die of starvation, and one lion has just eaten a massive meal. In your mind, which one seems like he would be really, really powerful? Probably the lion that's really hungry, right? He's gonna eat anything. He's gonna hunt. He's gonna be super strong so he can get that meal to keep him alive. But the lion that's full, he's eaten, he's satisfied. He doesn't need so much energy. So actually, your body can pump you full of energy even when you're hungry. So the human body is designed to be able to work well when it's hungry. But the problem is, because you eat breakfast at the same time every day, your body builds this habit to get hungry at that time every single day. So the reason you feel weak and you feel like you can't focus is because you just have the habit of eating at that time every single day. So your body's like, wait, where's the food that we normally have? Where is it? And it's kind of panicking. So what you have to do is, first of all, you have to realize that that's just a habit. You've just built the habit of eating first thing every single day. In my experience, after about 2 weeks, of not eating breakfast, you start to adapt and you actually start to feel stronger in the morning. So that's the first thing. You got to be patient. It's going to take at least like 2 weeks before this feeling of hunger goes away and it's replaced with a feeling of like strength and focus. And the other thing, the really important thing, is basically the story you tell yourself, your mindset. So if you're telling yourself, oh man, since I don't have food, I'm so weak, I'm so hungry, oh my God, I can't focus. If you tell yourself that story, it's going to be like a loop and it's going to make you feel that. What you tell yourself, you start to feel that, you start to experience that. But if you start to tell yourself the real science, you start to tell yourself, oh yeah, this intermittent fasting is making me more focused, more alert, more healthy, and it's not dangerous at all, and you start telling yourself the true positive science, then you actually start to feel a lot stronger and more focused. So yeah, that's 2 things. Be patient. It's going to take a couple weeks before you stop getting so hungry in the morning. And actually your feeling of hunger gets replaced with a feeling of like power and like strength. Because hunger is not meant to be a weak, bad feeling. Hunger is just your brain sending you a signal saying that it needs food. So you can think, if you're in the jungle and you're hungry, that feeling of wanting food is going to make you seriously go out there and do some work to get some food, right? So hunger is not actually a feeling that's making you weaker. It's just a signal from your brain telling you it wants food. So yeah, it takes about 2 weeks to reprogram your mind to not feel weaker in the morning, if that's how you feel. And the other thing that you can do, another bonus tip to get used to not eating in the morning, is just gradually make your breakfast later and later. So if you normally eat breakfast first thing in the morning, try waiting at least an hour and then eat breakfast. And then try waiting 90 minutes and then eat breakfast. And one other thing, caffeine can also suppress your hunger. Now, this is like, use it sparingly. I don't want you to develop a caffeine addiction if you don't already take caffeine. But yeah, that's just a bonus tip. So yeah, literally, I get more done in this like 2-hour period in the morning than I do for the entire afternoon. Something about the afternoon, let me know if you relate to this. But when it gets to the afternoon, I always just feel lazy and tired. I just feel like I can't focus, I can't concentrate. And I've been researching this recently, and apparently that's a normal thing. Our motivation, our energy is not constant throughout the day. It's actually changing. So, another thing on this, you could find the times of the day where you're most focused, you're most energized. Like for me, that's first thing in the morning and actually really late at night, like 10 p.m. For some reason, I just get a boost of energy and I can focus. What if you can't skip your meals? Like what if you have to eat your meal at that specific time and then study? So what do? Well, I can give you a couple tips to make that meal not kill you, not impact you as much. So here's the thing, different people will react differently to different foods. All foods will slow you down to an extent because of this rest and digest mechanism, but some foods will actually affect you more. For example, 2/3 of people get this kind of crash after they eat carbs. Carbs tend to crash people the most, and sugar. But what you want to do is you want to experiment. You want to experiment and find which foods for you make you less alert and which kind of don't affect you a lot. So for me, I've found carbs destroy me, make me so tired, make me want to sleep. Primarily oatmeal, that one kills me, and pasta. And I find like nuts and meats don't affect me as much. If I need to eat early in the day, I'll eat like meats and nuts and eggs, something that's not going to crash me as much. So to actually find the foods that affect your focus the most, you just need to experiment. You just need to try different things. Like maybe do your homework for a bit, eat something, try do your homework again, and see how much you're affected. Anyway, if you try this, let me know. Let me know if it works. Let me know if it helps you. See you later.